Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration.
Is it possible to be just as productive at home as you are in the office? We're going to go over 5 ways that you can increase your productivity while working from home.
I'll be your heart and temptation.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michaela. Welcome. I'm a senior in college studying accounting and finance. I actually graduate in May, and I just started my CPA journey, and I work full-time for a large public accounting firm as a tax accountant. But before we get started, make sure you go hit that subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's get into the video. My first piece of advice is to find a separate workplace. This can be a desk, it can be a dining room table if you don't have a desk. It can just be any spot in your house that you can have your brain associate with work. You don't want to be on the couch. You don't want to be in bed. Those are places where your brain thinks, all right, it's time to go to sleep. Okay, we're on the couch. It's time to relax and watch TV. That's the other thing. Try to not have a TV around. I know it's really hard. For me, for example, our desk right behind me here, well, yes, I do have a desk, which is great. It's very helpful. It is also in our living room where we have a TV, where there's a bunch of stuff going on all the time, and my dog running around, my boyfriend's home. So I do have distractions at home. I usually just put in headphones. That kind of helps out, drown out some noise. But ideally, you want to be in a separate room where you can shut a door or just at minimum get away from all the distractions. But again, obviously that's not always doable. For like in my situation, for example, we just have a really small house. You just need a spot that your brain is going to associate with working and not relaxing or playtime. The second thing I want to talk about is probably one of my favorite things to talk about. You need to either maintain or create a really strong morning routine. I love morning routines. I'm not the best at always implementing them every single day, but I do have one, and there are a few things that I do like to do every morning that just kind of helps. It helps your productivity through the day because you feel like you've already done something and it just boosts your mood. It truly does impact how productive you're going to be the rest of the day. So just some ideas that you can do first thing in the morning are, 1, drink water. You just went, 7 to 9 hours without drinking any water. Your body's probably dehydrated. You probably feel really groggy when you first wake up because you need to drink some water. Otherwise your head's gonna start hurting, you're gonna be tired, and you're just not gonna wanna be the best version of yourself. Do your skincare. Skincare is so important. It's something I've actually recently really taken my time to do research, and I've started implementing it better. I have more of a strategic skincare routine at night. My morning isn't very much, but like at the very least, like even if it's just putting some moisturizer on, splashing your face with some water, it's going to help wake you up and hydrate your skin. If you ever, find it difficult to get in time to read throughout the day, this is a great time. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Take that 30 minutes to read a book or listen to your podcast while you're eating breakfast. That's the other thing. Make sure you eat breakfast. Breakfast is so important. People underestimate the power of just eating a good, healthy breakfast. It really just helps you get through the morning. And try to focus on eating your food. The only thing I really like to do while I'm eating is listen to podcasts. I'll read, journaling, which is another thing I'll get to. I will sometimes watch YouTube videos if I know that there's one that I really want to watch and I'm not going to have time to watch it that day. I will watch a YouTube video sometimes. But for the most part, I'd say I journal, read, or just plan my day while I'm eating breakfast. Another thing is to get up and get moving. So this doesn't have to be a super strenuous workout. I actually don't mind doing morning workouts. I think they help my productivity throughout the rest of the day. But if you don't like morning workouts, just get up and, stretch a little, take your dog out for a walk or Sometimes I'll just walk Charlie around the yard a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's just, you know, kind of getting your blood moving, kind of getting out of that sleep mode and getting into that productive work mindset. All right, so something I just kind of touched on that I actually just started implementing recently is journaling. So I've always tried journaling in the past. I'm just not very consistent with it, which is fine. I mean, I just recently, at least, I've noticed a shift in my mood when I journal. So like this past week, almost every day I woke up in a really bad mood. I did not want to get started on work. I did not want to be productive. I wanted to go back to bed. Slept like poop that night. And journaling actually helped a lot. So I don't give myself any guidelines when it comes to journaling. I just sit down with my notebook, this black one that's right here, and write. Whether I just talk about, you know, what I want to accomplish for the day, or talk about, I don't know, just, you know, or I sit there and rant like I did most of this week. I just ranted in my journal. By the end of it, I felt so much better. My mind was clear. I had everything off my mind that I just kept thinking about. I felt ready to get my day started. Another piece of advice for your morning routine is to actually get ready. I do change my clothes usually. I at least get out of my pajamas for the most part. With that being said, I put on sweatpants and leggings, but I mean, you know, some people like full on curl their hair, do their makeup. It's the weekend right now, that's only why all this is done. Some people do fully get ready like they're gonna go in the office for the day, and it really helps them. Me, I like being comfortable. That's just, for me personally, but yeah, that is something that you can try as well. So the next thing is to plan out your day. I don't just mean a to-do list. To-do lists are great, but for me, that's just the starting point. That's just me doing a brain dump, getting everything I want to do out on paper. And this is also usually done the night before, or like at the end of the workday, or just, you know, like I said, before I go to bed. I'll just do a big brain dump on all of the things that I didn't get done that day and that maybe I want to do tomorrow. And then in the morning, either when I'm journaling or just doing, you know, quiet time, reading a book, whatever, if I think about something else I want to do that day, I'll jot it down as well. And then I take that to-do list and I turn it into calendar blocking. So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about calendar blocking just because I do plan on doing a video actually talking about how I do it, and I take you through me planning out one of my weeks. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just think it's huge when it comes to productivity. I probably started calendar blocking or time batching, whatever you want to call it, 2 years ago. It was definitely something that I started implementing just because I felt like I didn't have enough structure to my day, and going through college, it's really difficult because it's really easy to push assignments off to the last minute. So when I started doing this, for the most part, I stopped pushing stuff off to the last minute. I am notorious for procrastinating, but I am an organized procrastinator at least. So there's that. So even if you don't like time batching or calendar blocking, I would still highly suggest getting some kind of planner, using some kind of calendar, or just to-do lists and stuff like that. It really will make a difference when it comes to the organization of your entire day. The fourth thing is to keep your house clean. So I am kind of a hypocrite with this one. I'm really bad about it. But it is so important. If it's gonna take you less than 5 minutes to do it. Don't think about it. So you got up, you cooked lunch, you dirtied like 3 things, wash them right then and there. Studies have shown that having a clean space really do impact your productivity and your mindset. For me personally, if I look around and my house is a mess, I feel anxious. I'm not typically an anxious person. I can be, don't get me wrong. There's specific things that make me anxious, but I don't have anxiety or anything like that. But if my space is dirty, my mind, I do overthink, and my mind just starts going everywhere because I think of, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. So just slow down, clean up your space, make it fresh, make it workable, whatever it needs to be, just clean. And obviously, like, throughout the day, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to, like, you know, pick up after yourself, stuff like that. It's a lot easier to forget about it. But at the end of the day, just take like 10 to 15 minutes as part of your night routine and pick up around your house. Speaking of night routines, that's the last one. It's going to be to create a night routine. This kind of ties into the morning routine. A night routine can really help make or break your next day. From what I've noticed, it can be really easy to just keep working. Even if you're not doing like work, if you have like a side hustle or a hobby that you like to do, it is so easy to just, you know, keep going. Next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock past the time that you set to go to bed, and you still have to shower, you still have to do your skincare, you still have to take the dog out, you still have to eat dinner. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in what you're doing that having that structured night routine is really going to help make that separation from work and the rest of your life. Your night routine can include just spending time with your family, making dinner, working on your side hustle or your hobby or whatever you want to call it. If you didn't read earlier, you can read now, or do your workout now if you're not a morning exercise person. And like I said earlier, you can also take this time to jot down some things for the next day and just get yourself prepared, lay your clothes out, stuff like that. Alright, so if you guys found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really supports my channel. Even if you didn't like it, give it a dislike and let me know in the comments below how I can help, how I can do better next time, what I can expand on. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.
'Cause I know that you'll make it.